प्रवेशे निर्गमे तथा संग्रामे सर्वकारेषु विजये ओम गणनात्वा गणपतिं नमामहे कविं कवीरमुष्टमस्तभं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणः ब्रह्मणस्पदः आनस्पण्डं नोदविहे यदसादनं अस्मिन् कुम्भे ओम ओहो ओम भुवः ओम सुवः ओम भूर्भुवत्सुवः महागणपति आवाहयामि रत्नसिंहासनं समयामि पाद्यो पाद्यं सर्पयामि हस्तयो अर्घ्यमर्घ्यं सर्पयामि मुखे आचमन्ना सर्पयामि तवयामि स्नानं सर्पयामि आपो ह्यमयो वहस्नानवोज्येनुदातनः यो वश्यवतं तस्य भाजयदेगनः उषदीर्वं मातुरः तस्मारङ्गमावः यशक्षया यजिन्वदहनं सर्पयामि ॐ सोनयन्द्रक्षं तं चित्रं ग्रामं संग्रमायः महाहस्ते विद्माहि स्वाहा तविकोर्मिं तविदेष्टं तविमगविमात्रभवोभिः स्वाशूरतिमानः भर्तासोऽसन्तं भिन्नगन्वारयन्ते एतोन्विन्द्रस्तवामीशहानां अस्वहस्वराजं राजसामर्दिशन्नः प्रस्ताशदपकामत्रवत्सामक्रियमाणम् अविरातसा जुगरतः आनोबलदक्षिणेनाभिसंयेन प्रमृषा इन्द्रमानावसरनिर्पाक उपक्रमस्वः परतः दृष्टजनहानाम् अदासुष्टरस्वेदः इन्द्रया वनुते अस्ति वाचा विप्रे विकेसनित्वः अस्माभिः सुतं सनिः सत्योजमस्ते वाचा अस्मभ्यं विश्वश्चन्द्राः वसैक्षो जलन्ते विसुसीद गणपति गणेशत्वमाहुर्विवृतं कवीनां तरुते तत्क्रियते किञ्चनारे महामर्कं भगवन् चित्रमर्च अभिख्यातनादमानान्तके बोधिवसुपते सगेनां रणं कृदिरन कृसत्या सुष्मा भक्त हितविचाराय हस्वान् गणनान्त्वा गणपतिं नमामहे कविं कवीरमुष्टमस्तभं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदः आनस्पण्डन् प्रसदादनम् ओम शांति शांति वस्त्रयुग्मं समर्पयामि नमस्कार कीर्तिरन्नेव वस्त्रयुग्मं समर्पयामि वस्त्रयुग्मं समर्पयामि उपविष्टार्थे हरिद्राचूर्णं समर्पयामि हरिद्राचूर्णं समर्पयामि कुङ्कुमाचूर्णं समर्पयामि गन्धं धारयामि अलंकरणार्थ अक्षतानि सर्पयामि अत नाम पूज्यः ओम अज्ञन् ओम सुमुखाये नमः एकदन्ताये नमः कपिलाये नमः गजकर्णिकाये नमः सम्भूतनाये नमः विघटाये नमः विघ्नराजाये नमः धूमकेतवे नमः गणाध्यक्षताये नमः बालचन्द्रिकाये नमः कुमारगुरवे नमः ईश्वरवत्साये नमः मोचकवाहनाये नमः सर्वसिद्धिप्रदाय नमः ओम हे महागणपति देवताभ्यो नमः नानाविध परिमलपत्र पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि पूर्वपूजां समर्पयामि वनस्पतिरसोर्दिवगन्धान्यन् गन्धवत्तमः आग्रयः सर्वदेवानां भोभो यथा धूपमाग्रापयामि धूपदीपानन्तरमध्ये आचमन्यं समर्पयामि आचमन्यानन्दन परिमलः पत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि आचमन्यानन्दन परिमलपत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि ओम विश्वामित्रार्थिके अभिधारदेवताः गायत्र्याश्छन्दः ओम साध्यं त्रिभक्तसंयुक्तं महनीयोजितं भक्त्यादीपं प्रयच्छन्ति नमो सूर्ये महागणपतिदेवताभ्यो नमः नमस्कारयामि ओम विश्वामित्र ओम विश्वामित्रषिके सवितारदेवताः गायत्र्याश्छन्दः ओम भूर्भुवत्सुवः ओम तत्स पितरवरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो न प्रचोदयात् अत्यन्तवर्षं चेरवर्षं च यामि कामधेन तत्परामि अमृतम सर्वभावहं प्राणाय स्वाहा उदानाय स्वाहा अपनाय ब्रह्मणे स्वादित्य श्री महागणपति देवताभ्यो नमः यदा भाजं कदली फलनारंग्य फलभूत फलकाश्मीर फलनैवेद्यं समर्पयामि ताम्बूलचूर्ण सर्वहस्तप्रक्षाल्यानि समर्पयामि कर्पूर नीराञ्जन दर्शयामि कर्पूर नीराञ्जन दर्शयामि ओम हिरण्यपात्रं मदः पूर्णं ददातः मदं व्यवसानिधि एकधा ब्रह्मणोपहरते एकदैजमानाय तेजो ददातः आदित्य महागणपति देवताभ्यः कर्पूर नीराञ्जन दर्शयामि नीराञ्जनानन्तरे परिमलपत्र पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि रक्षं धारयामि रक्ष रक्षो जनार्दनः हरियापूजादिच्छादि श्री महागणपति देवता नमो गणपति नमोपति नमस्ते हस्तो संबोधना वेदवंशाय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवत्तमूर्ति नमो नमः वेदनन्दाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् महाकाय सूर्य महप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्ये सर्वदा निर्विघ्नेन सर्वस्यत्वं सकलजनेन आरोग्यप्राप्तिद्वारा श्री महागणपति प्रार्थना समर्पयामि अनियमादित्य श्री महागणपति पूजा परिपूर्ण श्री वासुदेवार्पणमस्तु वासुदेव अस्मिन् कलशो देवताभ्यो नमः पुण्यावासुहे व्रणपूजां च कृषके ओम भद्रं कर्णे मिश्रणीयाम देवाः भद्रं वाक्षेभिर्यचित्राः त्रैरङ्गैसुष्टवागं सुस्थनोभिः विषेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रारुद्रश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नो हरिष्ठनेभिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्धातुः ओम शान्तः 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 अस्मिन् कलशो देवताभ्यो नमः पुण्यावासविहे पूर्णपूजां च कर्षके कुलदेवताभ्यो नमः पूर्णं पाशहस्तं च पदमीश्वरम् अपां देवी मकरवाहनम् ओम भोः ओम भुवः ओम सवः ओम भूर्भुवस्सवः पूर्णमवायामि मन्दिरादि गृहस्थाय वास्तवे पुरुषाय वे ताङ्गशक्तियुक्ताय कल्याणहेतवे नमः ओम भोः ओम भुवः ओम सवः ओम भूर्भुवस्सवः वास्तुपुरुषमायामि अवाहयामि अस्मिन् कलशो देवताभ्यो नमः वास्तुवर्णमवायामि अवाहयामि रत्नसिंहासनं सर्पयामि पाद्योपाद्यं सर्वसमर्घ्यं सर्पयामि समयामि स्नानं सर्पयामि आपो यष्टमयोपगस्तानभोर्जेनुदातनः योपश्यभूतमोरसः तस्य भाजिहदे गणः उषदीर्वमातुरः तस्मारङ्गमावह यशक्षजनदहापो जनिता जलः शुद्धोदकस्नानं सर्पयामि वस्त्रयुग्मं समर्पयामि उपवीतार्थे अक्षुतानि हरिद्राचूर्णं सर्पयामि कुङ्कुमाचूर्णं सर्पयामि कुङ्कुमाचूर्णं सर्पयामि कुङ्कुमाचूर्णं ओम इंद्राये नमः अग्निये नमः यमाये नमः निरुक्तये नमः वरुणाये नमः वायुये नमः पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि धूपमाग्रापयामि ओम वनस्पति गंधवत्तमः ओम वनस्पतिर्गंधान्यगंधवत्तमः आग्रह्य सर्वर देवानं धूपमाग्रापयामि धूपदीपानन्तरमध्ये आचमनकराचमनीयामि परिमलपत्र पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि ओम आदित्य श्री वास्तुर्ण देवताभ्यः कदली प्रणैवेद्यं सर्वाचुनात्मन्यानन्दर हस्तप्रक्षाल्यान् कर्पूरनीराञ्जनं दर्शयामि कर्पूरनीराञ्जनपयामि हिरण्यपात्रं मदः पूर्णं ददातः मदं व्यवसानिते एकधा ब्रह्मणोपहरते एकधजमानाय तेजो ददः आग्रात्मन्यानन्दर श्रीमन्त्र पुष्पाणि आचमन्यानमत्र पुष्पाणि सर्पयामि अनिया पूजार्थः अस्मिन् वर्णदेवताभ्यो नमः ओम सर्वेषु कालधरेश्वरः यत्र योगेश्वरो कृष्णो यत्र पातु समुद्रः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवी नारायणे नमस्तके तदेव लग्नं सुदिनं तदेव ताराफलं तदेव विद्या बलदेव सुनामि कलशो लक्ष्मीनारायणाभ्यो नमः वाणिहिरण्यगर्भाय नमः श्रीब्रह्मण्यवाणिहिरण्य नमः उमामहेश्वराभ्यो नमः विजयपुरन्द्राभ्यो नमः आदिवसिष्ठाभ्यो नमः श्रीधरभ्यो नमः मातृभ्यो नमः पितृभ्यो नमः आचार्य ब्राह्मणे सर्वेभ्यो महाजन्मिनः कुलदेवताभ्यो नमः इष्टदेवता वासुदेवताभ्यो नमः सर्वेभ्यो महाजनेभ्यो नमः भवन्तो यहं दीर्घमायुरस्तगुणानां वस्मै देवा प्रीत्यर्थम् अगिरमामूलनिं पातः ऐश्वर्यमस्तः दक्षिणां पातः उदकं सिञ्चेतो आर्शनमस्तः अत्पञ्चमोदनमन्यां दीर्घमायुरस्तः शान्तिरस्तो पुष्टिरस्तो तुष्टिरस्तो हृद्यरस्तो विद्यमस्तः आरोग्यमस्तो शुभसर्वकर्मसम्पत्तिरस्तः जलसम्प्रतिरसृम्बस्तुदकं सिञ्चेतः आश्रमस्थः अत्पुण्यनक्षत्रमे देवता प्रीत्यर्थां मुहूर्तजन्मनक्षत्र ग्रहलग्ना देवता पर्यन्तं प्रभृत्या पर्यन्तं तत्तादिपर्यन्तं हत्यानिपर्यन्तकं वृत्तिकरिपर्यन्तकं तुष्टिकरिपर्यन्तकं विघ्नेश्वरा पर्यन्तः सर्वपर्यन्तं स्वस्तिज्ञा भवन्तो पुण्यादिरवस्तो मत्सर्वाणः नैऋत्यादिशै शाम्यन्तघोराणि शाम्यन्तपापानि सदः प्रथमकलशे किञ्चित् कञ्चे शुभनिवरदः शिवन्यादः शुक्रहङ्गारकः बुधा बृहस्पति शनीश्वरः राहुसमसहितः सर्वविग्रह पर्यन्तं भगवन्नारायण पर्यन्तं वन्पर्यन्न प्रियं शब्दादिपर्यन्तं वास्वेनः वस्मे देवता प्रीत्यर्थः मानसः रुद्रश्रवाः वस्तिनः पूषा विश्ववेदाः वस्तिनो अरिष्ठाने मेघे वस्तिनो बृहस्पतिनाथः ओम तजं यो रारुणामघे गातुं विघ्नाय गातुं विघ्नपदघे दैवे स्वस्तिरस्तुनः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातभेजं शं नो हस्तद्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ओम शान्तः 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 अश्वरणदेवता दक्षिणेमार्जन्यः अपरपस्पृश्य प्रतियच्छेमार्जन्यः उदयच्छेमार्जन्यः ऊर्ध्वायचमार्जन्यः ईशानुगं सिञ्चेदर्शमस्तः नैरसंधिरस्तः आग्नेयमवायु यादे संप्रतिस्तोऽस्ति पुण्या भवन्तः दीर्घमायरस्तः अपवित्र पवित्र सर्वदिवस्त्रकुण्डलीकाक्षं सह ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಭಾಷ ಇಲ್ಲಾಕಿ अस्मै कलशदेवताभ्यर्मः विश्वमहेश्वरः वृग्गस्कन्दः राम शक्ति ओम प्रपत्तिमाभ्यार्मः अनामिकाभ्यर्मः दक्षिताभ्यर्मः कर्दलकरपट्टाभ्यर्मः हृदयाय नमः रक्तं बोधिस्तमरूढः तारब्जै पाशं बोदण्डमिक्षद्वः परिषदन्नः ओम राम ह्रीं भवन्यासा विश्वासरूपेणः वैरागत्यः अस्मिन् कलशे चिरं तिष्ठन्तु स्वाहा अवहितोभः स्थापितोभः सुप्रसन्नभः अविसन्दितोभः सर्वाभिष्टप्रदोभः जगन्नाथः भवद्यो नमः प्राणप्रतिष्ठापनः सुमुहूर्तः ध्रुवन्ते राजो वरुणो बृहस्पतिः ध्रुवन्ते इन्द्रस्य अग्निश्च अविष्णुमुग्रदेवताभ्यो नमः मध्ये वत्सरमादित्याय आज्ञेयं सोमाय लक्षद्विकोणमङ्गारकाय ईशान्यं बाणाकारमुदाय उत्तरबृहस्पतिः प्राक्तिक् पञ्चकोणाकारं चित्राय पश्चिमे तदाकारं शनैश्वरायः निरतिं लोकवे आदित्यनवग्रदेवताभ्यर्मः गौरिग्रहं रक्तवर्णं रक्तगन्धं रक्तपुष्पं रक्तमाल्यं वरदरं रक्तगन्धानने वनं रक्तरक्ताश्व रक्तचत्रजनता पदकादिशतमेरं ग्रहमण्डले वृष्टकरणम् अंहं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं शक्तिसपत्सपुत्रा सपरिवारसमेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं स्वहरिग्रहस्यः मध्यमदिग्भागे गोधुमदानसुरन्तपम्बुः ओम्भुवः वकुसोऽम्बोर्भुवस्सुवः सौरिग्रहमयामि पूजयामि चंद्रग्रहे विनियोगः अप्याय सुसमेतते विश्वतः सोमोर्ष्यवासगः चंद्रग्रहं श्रीश्वेतवर्णं श्वेतगन्धं श्वेतपुष्पं श्वेतमाल्यं वरदरं श्वेतगन्धानलेपनं श्वेतश्वेताश्वाश्वेता छत्रजनता पदकादिसमेरं ग्रहमण्डले वृष्टकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं शक्तिसपत्तिपरिवारसमेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं सौरिग्रहस्यः समयामि पूजयामि अंगारग्रहं रक्तवर्णं रक्तगन्धं रक्तपुष्पं रक्तमाल्यं वरदरं रक्तगन्धानलेपनं रक्तरक्ताश्व रक्तचित्रजलता पदकादिसुतमेरं करमण्डले विष्णुकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं सपत्सपुत्रपरिवारसमेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं सौरिग्रहस्यः सौरिग्रहस्यः दक्षिणदिक्भागे त्रिकोणाकारमण्डले अनकधानसुगन्धोम्बोः ओम्बुवः वकुसोम्बोर्वस्तुमयामि अभयामि पूजयामि ॐ पदग्रहे विनियोगः पदग्रहं पीतवर्णं पीतगन्धं पीतपुष्पं पीतमाल्यं वरदरं पीतगन्धानलेपनं पीतपीताश्वादिता पदकादिशोभितमेरं करमण्डले वृष्टकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं शक्तिसपत्तिसपुत्रपरिवारसमेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं सौरिग्रहस्यः ईशान्य दिग्भागे बाणाकारमण्डले मध्यदानसुरन्दोम्बोः ओम्बुवः प्रतिग्रहं कनकवर्णं कनकगन्धं कनकपुष्पं कनकमाल्यं वरदरं कनकन्धानलेपनं कनकनकाश्वकनकचित्रजनता पदकादिसुतमेरं करमण्डले विष्णुकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं शक्तिसपत्तिसपुत्रपरिवारसमेतः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं सौरिग्रहस्यः उत्तरदिग्भागे दीर्घा चतुष्राकारमण्डले क्षणकधानस्वरतोम्बोः ओम्बुवः वकुसोम्बोर्मुहत्सवः समयामि पूजयामि शुक्रग्रहे विनियोगः शुक्रग्रहं श्वेतवर्णं श्वेतगन्धं श्वेतपुष्पं श्वेतमाल्यं वरदरं श्वेतगन्धानलेपनं श्वेताश्वश्वेता छत्रजनता पदकादिशुतमेरं करमण्डलवृष्टकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं शक्तिसपत्तिसपुत्रपरिवारसमेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता समयामि तमे धनश्वरग्रहं नीलाञ्जनसमाभासं रैपुत्रयमागृशं कायमार्तण्डसम्भूतं तं नमामि सनेश्वरं धनश्वरग्रहं नीलवर्णं नीलगन्धं नीलपुष्पं नीलमाल्यं वरदरं नीलगन्धानलेपनं नीलनीलाश्वनील छत्रजलता पदकादिसमेरं करमण्डले वृष्टकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं शक्तिसपत्तिसपुत्रपरिवारसमेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं सौरिग्रहस्यः पश्चिमदिग्भागे तिलधानस्य प्रबन्धोम्बुः ओम्बुवः वकुसोम्बोर्वस्तुवः समयामि पूजयामि राहुग्रहे विनियोगः ॐ राहुग्रहं धूम्रवर्णं धूम्रगन्धं धूम्रपुष्पं धूम्रमाल्यं वरदरं धूम्रगन्धानलेपनं धूम्राश्वधूम्र छत्रजनता पदकादिसमेरं अप्रक्षणे गुरुवाणं गरमण्डले वृष्टकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं शक्तिसपत्तिसपुत्र सपरिवारसमेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं सौरिग्रहस्यः निरदिग्भागे शूर्पाकारमण्डले निष्पापदानपूर्वस्तुवः समयामि पूजयामि केतुग्रहं चित्रवर्णं चित्रगन्धं चित्रपुष्पं चित्रमाल्यं भरदरं चित्रगन्धानलेपनं चित्रचित्राश्वा चित्रचित्रजलता पदकाजमेरम् अप्रक्षणे गुरुबाणं करमण्डले वृष्टकरणं साङ्घं सायुधं सुवाहनं सौराष्ट्रं सशक्ति सपति सपुत्रपरिवार समेतः सर्वालङ्कारभूषितः अतिदेवता प्रत्युदेवता सहितं सौरिग्रहस्यः वायुदिग्भागे तुजाकारमण्डले कुलत्वदानस्तुगन्ध होम्बो होम्बुवः बहुशम्भुर्वस्तुवः समयामि पूजयामि ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिबन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षं वृदादः ॐ अपैतं वृद्धिं व्रतं भगन्वैव सतवें प्रणोदः वरदायिष्यन्नपदगे परं भृत्यनवरेः पन्था देवयो नाथः जाते हृदपाशं मृत्युर्वज्रस्य मृत्युवे स्वाहा मृत्युवे स्वाहा ॐ नमो भगवते मृत्युन्ने पाहि ॐ गन्धद्वारं सर्वस्वामित्वमित्रां ईश्वरीकं सर्वभूतानां धामोपक्तयित्रियम् ॐ भटधनं पूजयामि ॐ इन्द्रं वदन्मे इन्द्रदप्र्यास्तामस्तकेवनाः इन्द्रं लोकमाय समयामि पूजयामि अग्निज्ञपतिकृतिवर्धने अंतिममाय समयामि पूजयामि नपसत्त्वविदासुलक्तं प्रवर्तके यमहालोमाय समयामि पूजयामि दैर्घम्बरेता प्रीत्यतः तिरुलोकमाय समयामि पूजयामि वनदेवस्माकजं प्रपश्चिमेश्वरः वर्णलोकमाय समयामि पूजयामि वनहिन्दपरदेता प्रीत्यतः वायुलोकमाय समयामि पूजयामि कुबेरचालकाय चित्रकविनः कुबेरं लोकमाय समयामि पूजयामि यशवत ईशानः परमपदे ईशानोपयामि पूजयामि ऊर्ध्वदेवता प्रीत्यर्थः ऊर्ध्वप्रथमा युक्तमे पुरुषाय मे वास्तुप्रथमा युक्तमयां पूजयामि ब्रह्मणं रक्तकूरङ्गमाणिके ब्रह्मणमया युक्तमयां पूजयामि प्रणो देवी सरस्वती भाजे घंटपत्तं सुदर्शन गदाधरं प्रणपूरगपत्नास्थं कमलापदे महाविष्णुवाय पूजयामि करत्कमल संयुक्तः महालक्ष्मीवाय पूजयामि गौरी विमया सलिलानि चक्षसे एपदे द्विपदे सा चतुष्पदे अष्टापदे नवपदे बहुषे सहस्राक्षा प्रम्यवन्नः गौरी ममाय समयां पूजयामि कुङ्कुमा पूजयामि धनवन्त्रिं देवता सर्वरोगविनाशनं देवता धनवन्त्रिममायं समयां पूजयामि आयतनवग्रदेवतां नमः इन्द्रादि अष्टदिक्पालक दुर्गा गणपति क्षेत्रमार्गवेङ्करवस्तुनदेवतां नमः गणयामि ध्यानं समर्पयामि आवरविश्वासं समर्पयामि आद्योपदं समर्पयामि समयामि स्नानं समर्पयामि आपो यष्णयोपगस्नानभोज्यनुदातनः महेरणाय चक्षसे ओ विष्णुभूतमारुतः सत्यमादियदेगनः उषदीर्वमातुरः तस्मा रङ्गमशुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि पूर्णं सत्यनारायण इकडे ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಕೊಡಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಗಣಪತಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಆಯಿತು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಶುದ್ಧಿ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿ ನವಗ್ರಹ ಪೂಜೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇವಾಗ ನವಗ್ರಹ ಪೂಜೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಣಪತಿಗೆ ಅಭಿಷೇಕ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ Om Jenudatanaka, Maharana Yajakase, Ovashtibutamorasaka, Tashapadia Deganaka, Susadina Matulaha, Maram Gamapa, Bojanita Janaka, Suddodakasnanam Samarpayami. Om Om Apshaya Susametate Vishwadagat Somo Rashnayam Bhavavasangatake Shire Nastapayami Satya Jato Prapadyami Satya Jato Vainamon Namaha Pave Pave Nadi Bhavetto Vatso Bhavattavaya Namaha Shirasnanantare Shuddhodakasnanam Samarpayami. Gadikrapunno akarishanam cheshna rasvasya vajinaha sarabina mukha karato panayotam siddharasado ratnastapayami pamadevaya namo नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमः कालाय नमः मक्कलविकर्णाय नमः बलाय नमः बलविकर्णाय नमः बलाय नमः बलप्रमदनाय सर्वभूतमनान्मनाय नमः प्रतिस्नानानन्तर शुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि तेजोस्तके चित्रेण पवित्रेण सूर्यश्च रश्मिभिः आज्ञेन स्तपयामि अघोरेभ्यो अघोरेभ्यो घोरघोरधरेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो सर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते हस्तो हस्तघोरेभ्यः आद्यस्नानानन्दर शुद्धोदकस्नानं मदक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः मा गर्णः सन्तोष्वदिगे मधुनक्तमधुशोषे मा गर्भावन्तु नः मधुतौर्यस्तु न पितः मधुमागमदाभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् मधुस्नानानन्दर शुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि स्वादुकोपवस्वाय विजिन्मने साधुर्मिन्द्राय सुहवीतु नाम्ने साधुर्मिन्द्राय वरुणाय वायवे बृहस्पतके मधुमागमदाभ्यः ईशानां सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणाधिपति ब्रह्मा शिवो मेघस्तो अदाशिहोम शुद्धोदकस्नानं मुंदे अपैतं वृत्तिरमृतं नगन् वैवस्वदवयं गुरुनाथो परस्तिर्ना यशन्नपदगे परं वृत्यनवरेगे पन्तामिस्तश्वयो देवयो नाथो चक्षुष्मदे शृण्वदे प्रतिमोदवीनाथो ॐ यादे सर्वासुधर्यस्यः मृत्युवे स्वाहा मृत्युवे स्वाहा ॐ गौरी विमया निजक्षसे एकपदे द्विपदे सा चतुष्पदी एकपदे द्विपदे सा चतुष्पदी अष्टा हरिद्रोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि हरिद्रोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि ओम सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके देवी नारायणे नमोस्तुते कुंकुमोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि या फलनीर्यः पुष्पम या फलनीर्यः पाला पुष्पयाश्च पुष्पनीगे बृहस्पतये सतस्थान पंचदशः त्र्यंबकं यामहे समस्ते मत्सिवर्धनं कुर्माणकविवन्दना प्रजापक्षं प्रदातः फलोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि चन्दद्वारं दरदर्शां करीषणीं ईश्वरीकं सर्वभूतानां भक्तयश्चयं गन्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि योपां पुष्पं वेदः योपां पुष्पं वेदः कुशवान् प्रजावान् पशुवान् भवते चन्द्रवापा पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुवान् भवते पुष्पोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि पुष्पोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि आपो इष्टमयोपहस्तानभोज्येनुदातनः अहरणाय चक्षसे योपश्यभूतमोरसः तस्य पादयदेगनः उषदीर्ममातुरः तस्मारङ्गमापः यसक्षया यजिन्वतः आपोजनिता जनः शुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि गिरिदलाಗಿದೆ शुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि आपो इष्टमयोपहस्तानभोज्येनुदातनः अहरणाय चक्षसे आपो इष्टमयो भगस्तानवोर्जेनुदातनः अहेनाय दक्षसे ओम सत्यमादितेनः उषदीर्वं मातुनः तस्माभञ्जपापः यस्वच्छया यतितः आपोदनीजनः शुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि आतो नयेन्द्रक्षं तं चित्रं ग्रामं संकृपायः महाहस्ते दक्षिणेनः विद्माहित्वाः तविकूर्मिं तविधेष्णं तविमगं तविमात्रभोभिः नहित्वा शूरदेवानः वर्तासोदिसन्तं वेमं नगन्वारयन्ते केतोन्विन्द्रस्तवामेशगानं वस्वहस्वराजं तरादसामर्दिशन्नः प्रस्ताशदवकाशिसहस्रवत्साम गीयमानम् अभिरादसा जुगुरतः आनो परदक्षिणेनापि कौयेन प्रम्भृषा निर्भाको उपक्रमस्वः परताः दृष्टो दृष्टजनहानाम् अदासुष्टारस्य वेदः इन्द्रया वनुते अस्ति वाजो विप्रीभिघेसनित्वः अस्माभिः सुतं धनेः सद्योजमस्ते वाजो अस्मभ्यं विश्वश्चन्द्राः पदैक्षो धरन्ते ॐ युसीद गणपति गणिषत्वमा वृतं कवीना करुते तत्क्रियते किञ्चनार महामृक्षं भगवञ्चित्रमर्च अभिख्यातनादमानान्तके ओदि वसुपते सगेनं प्रणं हृदिरसत्या सुष्माजवराय अस्मान् ॐ शान्तके 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 वस्त्रयुक्तं समर्पयामि ॐ अभिवस्त्राश्वशना दर्श्राभिधेनः प्रजमान्याः वस्त्रयुक्तं समर्पयामि यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रमयं सर्पयामि ॐ हरिद्राजस्य मृत्वा देवताभिज्ञनिद्राचूर्णं सर्पयामि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थके शरण्ये देवी नारायणी मुक्ते कुङ्कुमाचूर्णं सर्पयामि ॐ गन्धद्वारं करदर्शां नित्यपुष्पाङ्करीषिणीम् ईश्वरीकं सर्वभूतानां कामोपक्तयश्रियं दीयपरिमलगन्धं धारयामि मायसबलकरणार्थे अलङ्करणार्थे अक्षतानि सर्पयामि मालतानि पूजार्थं पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि अतः नाम पूज्यः ॐ अग्निदेवताभ्यो नमः ॐ केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः गोविन्दाय नमः विष्णवे नमः वसोधनाय नमः त्रिविक्रमाय नमः वामनाय नमः ईधराय नमः ऋषिकेशाय नमः पद्मनाभाय नमः दामोदराय नमः संकर्षणाय नमः अदोक्षाय नमः नारसिंहाय नमः अच्युताय नमः जनार्दनाय नमः उपेन्द्राय नमः हरिये नमः श्रीकृष्णाय नमः ओम बन्नी ओम विनायकाय नमः ओम कंदकाय नमः वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा महागणपतये नमः ओम भद्रं कर्णे विष्णुयाम देवाः भद्रं माक्षे वीर्यचित्राः त्रैरङ्गैस्तवागं सुस्वनोदिके दशैमदेवहितं जदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्ररुद्रश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नो अरिष्ठनेमिके स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्धातुः ओम शान्तः स्वाहा ओम लं नमस्ते गणपतये तमे प्रत्यक्षं तत्तपसे तमेव केवलं कर्तासि तमेव केवलं कर्तासि तमेव केवलं दर्तासि तमेव सर्वं कल्पितं ब्रह्मासि साक्षात्मासि नित्यं स्वाहा वृतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि स्वाहा अवत्तमाम् औवक्तारं वश्रोत्तारं वधातारं अनुसनशिष्यम् औपश्चत्तादः अवपुरसत्तादः अवोत्तरत्तादः दक्षिणोत्तादः वक्षोर्दत्तादः अवसरदं पागिमगि समन्तादु स्वाहा तं वाग्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयं ब्रह्ममयः तृतीयोऽसि तं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि तज्ज्ञानमय विज्ञानमयोऽसि स्वाहा सर्वं जगन्तो जयते समिश्रलयमेषदे त्वं भूमिरालोभः चत्वारि वक्षदानि त्वं गणत्रयातीतः देहत्रयातीतः कालत्रयातीतः वरदासि नित्यं तां शक्तित्रतां योगं ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मत्वं विष्णुत्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं ब्रह्मपर्वस्वरोदिके स्वाहा गणाधिपनुक्षणन्तरमनुष्वरन्तरूपं बिन्दुर्थरूपं नादः सन्तानं सैस्तगणेश विद्या अरुद्धं एतस्वरूपं गकारपूर्वरूपम् आखरमत्यरूपम् अनुष्वरन्तरूपं बिन्दुरत्तरूपं नादः सन्तानं सैस्तगणेश विद्या गणपतिग्रन्थः गणपति देवता गं गणपतये स्वाहा एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं करणभुजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शुभसुकर्णकं रक्तगन्धानलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्टै सबोदितं वक्तानकं युञ्जायो ओम नमो राधपतये नमो गणपतये प्रमथपतये नमस्ते हस्तो लम्बोदरे गदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसोष्ठी वर्तमूर्ते नमो नमः स्वाहा ओम नमो राधपतये नमो गणपतये प्रमथपतये नमस्ते हस्तो लम्बोदरे गदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसोष्ठी वर्तमूर्ते नमो नमः स्वाहा ओम नमो राधपतये नमो गणपतये प्रमथपतये नमस्ते हस्तो लम्बोदरे गदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसोष्ठी वर्तमूर्ते नमो नमः स्वाहा ओम भद्रं कर्णे विष्णुयाम देवाः भद्रं माक्षे वीर्यचित्राः त्रैरङ्गसुष्ठभागं सुस्तनोभिः विषयमते भीतं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्र रुद्रश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिरतुः ॐ शान्तिः 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 स्वाहा ॐ आथूर इन्द्रक्वं तं चित्रं ग्रापं संकृपायः महाहस्तदक्षिणेन विद्मक्षे स्वाहा विद्माहि स्वाहा तविगोर्म्यं तविदेशं स्वाहा सहित्वा शूरदेवानः मर्तासोऽतिस्तन्तं क्षेमं न कन्वारयन्ति स्वाहा एतोन्विन्द्रस्तवामीशगानमसराजनाथमर्दिषन्नः स्वाहा प्रस्थशतवकाशसहस्रवत्समानय्य मानविराजकृतः स्वाहा आनो परदक्षिणेनाभिहं येन ब्रह्मचन्द्रमानसो निर्पाकोपक्रमस्वः भरताः तृष्णजनान स्वाहा ॐ इन्द्रियमुनतस्ति वदत्वविगे असंविदाय स्वाहा तद्भ्योजवस्ते वाचकस्मभ्यं विश्वश्चन्द्राः वसैक्षो जरन्ते ओ स्वाहा ॐ गणनान्त्वा गणपतिं पवामहे कविं कवीरमुष्टमस्तभं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणादस्पण्डन्नोदुगे सुसादर स्वाहा ॐ गणनान्त्वा गणपतिं पवामहे कविं कवीरमुष्टमस्तभं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदः आनस्पण्डन्नोदितसादर स्वाहा ॐ गणनान्त्वा गणपतिं पवामहे कविं कवीरमुष्टमस्तभं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणहं ब्रह्मणस्पदः आनस्पण्डन्नोदितसादर स्वाहा ईशसेद गणपति गणेशत्वमा हुल्लकं कवीनां तरते तत्क्रियते चिन्तनारे महामर्कं भगवन् चित्रमत्यं स्वाहा अभिज्ञातनादमानान्तके भोधि भुजपते सगेनं प्रणं सुसत्या सुष्माजपराय स्वाहा ॐ गणनान्त्वा गणपतिं पवामहे कविं कवीरमुष्टमस्तभं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणहं भानस्पण्डनलादर स्वाहा ॐ स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं स्वाहा ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं हुं स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं हुं गणपतये 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 स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं हुं गणपति सर्वजनशुभानाय स्वाहा ॐ इन्द्रस्वराधिपति ऐररुद्रहस्ताय स्वाहा महनीय तेजपति वाचकवाहनस्य हस्ताय स्वाहा यमाय नृदेवपति ऋषवाहनाय स्वाहा निरते रक्षाधिपति मकरवाहनाय कट्टस्वाहाय स्वाहा पश्चिमे जलाधिपति मकरवाहनाय स्वाहा वायुवे प्राधिपति अरणवाहनाय स्वाहा कुबेरधिपति अश्ववाहनाय स्वाहा ईशान्या बुधधिपति शुभवाहनाय स्वाहा ॐ गणपतये स्वाहा ॐ शुभकाय स्वाहा जगदन्ताय स्वाहा कपिलाय स्वाहा गजकर्णिकाय स्वाहा लंबोदराय स्वाहा विकटाय स्वाहा विजयराजाय स्वाहा द्वन्द्वयदवे स्वाहा गणाधराय स्वाहा बालचन्द्रिकाय कुमारगुरवे स्वाहा ईश्वरपुत्राय स्वाहा मोक्षवाहनाय स्वाहा सर्वसिद्धिप्रदायकाय स्वाहा ॐ श्री महागणपतये स्वाहा ॐ ह्रीं क्लीं ब्रह्मण्डिनाथ अयत्तमनाय स्वाहा ह्रीं श्रीं ह्रीं जयगनिकमाय स्वाहा ह्रीं श्रीं धं शरण्यवरभाम्य स्वाहा ॐ ह्रीं ह्रीं श्रीं धं सुजयदमखिलां स्वाहा ॐ ह्रीं रक्षप्रियाय ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं धं भक्तप्रियाय स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं नं गणेश सुप्तप्रियाय स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं गजविक्रमाय स्वाहा ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं गणेशदेवताय स्वाहा ॐ दाये ॐ भ्राम्ये स्वाहा ॐ चक्षो देवताभ्ये स्वाहा ॐ पितृभ्ये स्वाहा गन्धर्भ्ये स्वाहा यक्षेभ्ये स्वाहा नागेभ्ये स्वाहा चाचेभ्ये स्वाहा अर्षेभ्ये स्वाहा ॐ सप्तादशदेवताभ्याय स्वाहा महागणपते नमः ॐ नमस्ते कल्पक्षमत्सत्य स्वाहा महागणपते नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि स्वाहा एकदन्ताय विद्महे प्रसन्नोदय स्वाहा एकदन्ताय विद्महे प्रसन्नोदय स्वाहा महागणपते नमः ओम तत्पुरुष पुरन्दरासगाय स्वाहा महागणपते नमः ओम तदस्मै कल्पवृक्षं रामिष्टः ओम तजं गौरारुणामिके गातुं भग्नाय गातुं भग्नपदके दैवे स्वस्तिरस्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु तं नो हसतं गतो ओम शान्तिः 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 स्वाहा महागणपते नमः ओम सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपादो भविष्यतो धृत्वाङ्गलं स्वाहा महागणपते नमः ओम प्रसन्नारायणाय नमः पुरुषये वेदकं सर्वं यच्छूदं यच्छव्यम् उदम्बरशेषानः यदन्नेनादिर्भवति स्वाहा ये भवानस्तुमसंवजागश्च पुरुषः पादहस्य विश्वभूतानि दिवादस्थं प्रदुन्दिवे स्वाहा ओम कृपादयत्पुरुषः तदसदंशत्समाग्रवे स्वाहा तस्मात् तिरुवनचदिविराजादिविषय स्वाहा तत्पुरुषेण विषगा देवा यज्ञमदन्वदा उदक्यं कृष्णयुक्तं शरपति स्वाहा सप्तस्यासन् परिचयसन्तकृताः देवा यज्ञं तन्वानः अपतन्नपुरुषं पशुः स्वाहा तं यज्ञं परिषे प्रक्षन्न पुरुषं जातमकृतः जलसरसे स्वाहा तस्माज्ञा सर्वभूतानं शाक्यं भूतस्वागच्छुक्रामर्चय स्वाहा तस्माज्ञा सर्वभूतसंस्कृते स्वाहा तस्मदयन्तये केतुवैरावर्तय स्वाहा तत्पुरुषं विदुतः कैलाल्कं भू बाहु कावूरपादमुच्यते स्वाहा ब्राह्मणस्य मुखमासीदबाहु रायुधवृक्षः वशुद्राय स्वाहा चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चित्राय तमसाय स्वाहा अरुन्द्रक्षणोदमन्तः स्वाहा वेदाहमेदं पुरुषं वहन्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमुरुस्वादमुद्रमुदावदे स्वाहा दातावृहञ्चारहृतो पुत्रहृत्यमृहृतिननुपुत्राय स्वाहा यज्ञेन किमुषन्त देवाः तानि तनुप्रथमाध्यासन् तनुषङ्गे स्वाहा आदिसम्भूतः स्वाहा वेदाहमेदं पुरुषं वहन्तमादित्यवर्णं तमुसा परस्तादः विद्यानमृतपतिनाय स्वाहा प्रजापतिष्ठति गर्भहत्तचा मनबुद्धः स्वाहा यो देवदियो देवान् प्रचन्द्रयो देव्यो चतुर्भुजं ब्राह्मणे स्वाहा तजं ब्राह्मणेन्द्र प्रबन्धस्वं ब्राह्मणे स्वाहा कृष्णो रात्रि पार्श्वे नक्षत्रमशनो व्यार्थम् इष्टं मनुष्याण अमं मनुष्याण परमनुष्याण स्वाहा तजं योरारुणके भग्नाय गातुं भग्नमुदके दैवे स्वस्तिरस्वनः वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगाद्वेजं तं नो हसदेहं जगत्पदे ओम शान्तिः 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 स्वाहा ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुप्रचोदयात् स्वाहा नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुप्रचोदयात् स्वाहा नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो स्वाहा उदर्शनाय विद्महे महधर्मप्रचोदयात् स्वाहा सुदर्शनाय विद्महे महधर्मप्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम सुदर्शनाय विद्महे महधर्मप्रचोदयात् स्वाहा सुदर्शनाय नमः ओम सर्वव्याधिहरं वक्षे वैष्णवं कवचं शुभं ये रक्षरक्षकृतमर्यादा स्वाहा महाविष्णुनारायणाय नमः प्रणम्या देवीशायं देव सर्वेष्टं सर्वेपि नम्य स्वाहा श्री धन्वन्तरि नारायणाय नमः पत्तम्यहं सुतरं तपस्सुजनाधरम् अमोघाप्रतिं सर्वं निवारणं स्वाहा श्री धन्वन्तरि नारायणाय नमः विष्णुर्मा गत्रः पादकृष्ण रक्षतो विष्णुः हरिप्रक्षो शिरो हृदयं च जनार्दनः स्वाहा श्री धन्वन्तरि नारायणाय नमः मनो ममर्ष केशवः केशवः साधनेत्र वसुदैव स्वाहा धन्वन्तरि नारायणाय नमः सत्यं न पात मे प्राणान्मृतः वनमाली कलस्यन्ति रक्षदा मधव स्वाहा पार्थं रक्षतो मे चक्रं वां दैत्यनिवारणं रक्षन्ति वदा देवी सर्वासर्वाणि यस्वाहा उदरं कुशलं पादपृष्ठं मे पदलङ्गलं ऊर्ध्वं रक्षतु मे शारङ्गं रक्षन्तु स्वाहा सर्वनारायणाय नमः पार्य रक्षतो शङ्कश्च पुत्तमे शरणाभो स्वरकार्यात सिद्धस्तपादमुहर्ण सदा स्वाहा सर्वनारायणाय नमः वराहोर्षतु जले विषमेशो वामनः अडव्यां वारि सन्दश्च सदा पादोहेश्वरः स्वाहा हिरण्यगर्भो भगवान् हिरण्यं विभजतो सङ्ख्याचर्सविलो जातु संख्यकरोति मे स्वाहा श्वेतद्वीपानि वासेष्वदीपं हरिस्वः सर्वहृदयात् उत्तरन्तकिटपरतरः स्वाहा सदा कर्षन्तु विश्वच्चैलं मम विग्रहातं स्वभक्षतता कुर्मः सम्पदरुतो दिवसं स्वाहा त्रिवक्रमास्यैव सर्वमृतवन्तो तरुणारायण देवपुत्रिं फलयतु मम स्वाहा सर्वश्रीनारायणाय नमः सत्यां साधपरं सुखं भक्तिमं प्रभमुस्तात्रयां प्रहन्तं भक्तिमाधव स्वाहा सर्वानिरञ्जस्वामः परशुराम नमः रक्षस्वस्तिपादनित्यं कामयः स्वाहा तत्प्रोन्नकाले नमः अन्नसुद्रवोदन्दनः फलं भगेशनः सुदमस्तु स्वाहा अंधकारतमोहरं पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलमश्यं भयन्तुसुमनोदय स्वाहा ॐ ततोऽहं ततश्चरायित्रे स्वाहा ॐ तदस्मेकं पर्वतसुवदय स्वाहा मम भक्त्यं संस्फुर स्फुट लपटार्धो रक्षतो हृदय स्वाहा ॐ निविनिवि पदप्तचलकार महाकलस्त्रा रक्षामिनिविनि वल्लाय गणगोर्धनमशाते स्वाहा सरपूता भयो पत्रवृत्ता जगदजेनिये दशायते स्वाहा सर्वरोगनिवाराय हरभूतवृत्तिलक्ष्मणाय स्वाहा वासुदेव शङ्करसत्यं नजन्तक स्वाहा सर्वज्ञा रामज्ञान्तगणामरणय स्वाहा श्रीगर्गमहाप्रणयव्रत्नदय स्वाहा ॐ तारकसमुद्रदाय स्वाहा सर्वनारायणाय नमः ॐ केशवाय स्वाहा नारायणाय स्वाहा माधवाय स्वाहा गोविन्दाय स्वाहा विष्णवे स्वाहा मधुसूदनाय स्वाहा श्रीविक्रमाय स्वाहा वामनाय स्वाहा श्रीधराय स्वाहा ऋषिकेशाय स्वाहा पद्मनाभाय स्वाहा दामोदराय स्वाहा संकर्षणाय स्वाहा अदुष्टाय स्वाहा नारसिंहाय स्वाहा अच्युताय स्वाहा जनार्दनाय स्वाहा उपेन्द्राय स्वाहा हरिये स्वाहा ओम श्रीं कृष्णाय स्वाहा परमाहुतिं कृत्वा ओम भगवमहादेवाय ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಿ ಸಮೇತ ಧರ್ಮನಾರಾಯಣ ಹೋಮ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಯುರಾರೋಗ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬದುಕಿ ಬಾಳ್ದೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ ನಾನನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. Om Sri Mahaganapati Namaha. Om Tasmai Namaha.
Hello. Check, check. Okay, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ Hello. A very good morning to all. Can I have all your attention, please, for a minute? So, first of all, let me welcome all of you to the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the Neuro Center. So, now that the puja is concluded, the next program will be unveiling of the Golden Jubilee celebration logo, which will be right here. After this, I'll request all of you to proceed to the first floor, where there is an exhibition that has been arranged, which is depicting the 50-year history of the Neuro Center. And then all of us will proceed to the Neurosciences Faculty Block Seminar Hall, where a cake cutting has been arranged to celebrate the 50th birthday of the Neuro Center. I request all of you to kindly participate in this entire program, which will probably take another half an hour. So I request all of you to kindly participate. So a big round of applause for the 50th birthday of the Neuro Center. I'll request the director to now lead the way towards unveiling the logo, which is at the entrance, right next to, after the Tirtha. Madam will lead the way.
ಬಂತು ಹಾ Ready, there's a loop. Repeat question.
Hello, namaskara. A very good morning to all. I said good morning. Thank you. So let me take this opportunity. It is indeed an honor for me to welcome all of you to the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the Neuro Center. And today is the day when the Neuro Center was officially inaugurated on the 30th of December 1973 by V.V. Giri, the former President of India. So this is just a start of a year-long celebrations of the Golden Jubilee of the Neuro Center. So it is indeed an honor for us that we have many of our former directors, our registrars, all of them who have been instrumental in shaping the Neuro Center and making it what it is today, who are here as part of the celebration. So let me request all of you to give a big round of applause to welcome them. Our director and Dr. Narayan Reddy just unveiled the logo of the Golden Jubilee celebrations. And as you would have noticed, it says 50 years of Neuro Center, a legacy of excellence. So this is something that we take a lot of pride in. Anything in NIMHANS that we try to do it with a sense of excellence, and nothing better than the Neuro Center as a living example of what pursuit of excellence means. And it is indeed an honor that the first medical superintendent of the Neuro Center at that time, Dr. JNNR, is also here with us today. So it's indeed a big honor for us. So I'm sure everyone will have a lot of information to share about the Neuro Center. We also have a cake to cut, so the speeches have to be brief. So I'm going to request our beloved director, Dr. Pratima Murthy, Senior Professor of Psychiatry, to kindly welcome the gathering. Ma'am.
So good morning, everyone. Happy birthday. It's unique to celebrate a collective birthday. And I think it's a very, very proud moment for all of us. I was just telling Sir that we wanted to have this completely as an in-house event. Because of course we need to have it on the public platform. But I think it's important for all of us to get together and really celebrate what this institution has stood for. And the first milestone is the birthday of the Neuro Center, starting the 50th year today. It's a moment of great pride for all of us who've been working here. But I think it's also wonderful to have people who are actually here at the time of the birth of the Neuro Center. All I'm going to say is a word of gratitude for those who planned the Neuro Center. And I'm sure I'm not going to steal Dr. Narayan Reddy's thunder because he's going to tell us about it. I'm not going to say anything. Those who planned it, those who built it, those who worked in it, from the cleaning staff, the security staff, the nursing staff, the technical staff, the doctors, all the specialists who worked in the Neuro Center, a word of gratitude to all of them for making it come to this point. And as we celebrate, as we're on the threshold of the 50th year, I think it's very important that each of us realizes how important we are in the functioning of various aspects of this institution. And we rededicate ourselves that during our professional period, and perhaps even after, like many living examples here, that we will continue to work for the betterment of the Neuro Center. And the Neuro Center obviously is representative of the institute. And therefore, thank you all very much. A word of gratitude to everyone. And I hope we will be able to more formally celebrate this event in the next month. The other reason was this is the vacation period. So many of our faculty are also on vacation. So we're waiting for everyone to come back and we will have the more formal one. So once again, it's a delight to have all our directors in person here and the rest of them who are not here in spirit with us. I convey to you the warm greetings of Professor Gauri Devi, who said that, she would have liked to be here, but unfortunately she's in Delhi. Professor B.N. Gangadhar, who's unfortunately going to be here tomorrow. And I'm sure everyone else is here in spirit. And lastly, I want for all of us to take a moment to remember Dr. R.M. Verma, whose vision this institute was, and whose centenary was last year. So I think we have a lot of people to remember, many of them unnamed, but who have contributed to the growth of this institution. Every one of them has been important. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite our former director, G.N. Narayan Reddy, sir, to kindly say a few words. A big round of applause for him, please.
English. I must thank Dr. Pratima Murthy, Muralidhar, and whole team. We name each individual. This is a really great moment. First of all, as Dr. Pratima Murthy said, this is how we should come together, know each other, work together for the benefit of the patient, for the benefit of the profession, for everything should work together. These are the occasions where we can know. Because I have seen from the beginning, where when we were very few number, we were able to meet more often. I remember where in the monthly faculty meeting, we will have a cup of tea together after some presentation of a subject, then we'll have coffee together, chat together. But now the growth has so much, it is a little difficult unless we make a sincere effort to create occasions, to exchange our feelings, to meet each other. Apart from professional, we should be more as a family members. So I'm very, I must say, grateful to creating this atmosphere, and she's taking it along through way. So coming here, I must say, I feel rejuvenated today. Particularly when some of our old nursing staff, others come and telling me, sir, no. Somebody was telling me, you must come here for next 20 years. What great thing. That's why I said, I feel really grateful to all of you for your affection and remembering me to do that. After that, just a few words I want to say about the origin of the Neuro Center. I thought Murali is going to tell, but he left it to me, I suppose. As Dr. Murthy said, we should all be grateful to Dr. R.M. for bringing this Neuro Center. Some of you might have heard, he developed a chemothalamidotomy to injecting alcohol to the thalamus, and where tremor should stop. So he took a video and then showed it to Mr. Nijalingappa, who was the chief minister then, in his house. So he was so impressed. Till that time, there was no money, no building, nothing. State government was not willing to spend any money because it was the responsibility of the state government to provide all clinical facilities. Central government says we are concerned only with postgraduate education and research. Patient care, state government. Patient building, state government. This was the attitude. You know how difficult the state government to get money sanctioned, all that. So this chemotherapy kept clicking. So it must have happened in 63, I think. So 63, then we had a great architect, visionary, Hanumanth Rao, chief architect there, state government I'm talking about, Hanumanth Rao. So they had planned up something. Dr. Verma came all the way. He had attended an international conference in Copenhagen in 1964. So he visited first his center where he was trained in Bristol, met his boss, Alexander, then came to Edinburgh. So we met Gillingham and others, and we had a long discussion and all that. Then it came back in 65, his foundation was laid. I'm cutting short all this. 65 onwards, work started, but then due to various administrative, political, various financial problems, there was a delay. When I came back in 66, there was only some foundation was laid down. Probably a few walls were there. That's what I recollect. Maybe first floor was just ready. That's all. Then I was not a superintendent then at the time, 66. I was only came as an assistant surgeon to mental hospital. So superintendent was, who was the superintendent, mental hospital, she never bothered about this. It delayed until 68, when I was forced to take up the medical superintendent post. 68 onwards, she started working. Then plans were changed, this thing, you want to put the Vermont, myself used to go and meet people, finance people. So anyway, big thing, it has come up well. It has come up in 1973. We inaugurated it, and now she is taking it now. Because I didn't want to take much time. I want others also to say. So wish all the best to the Neuro Center, to all the members working from bottom to top in the Neuro Center. And the patients should get better through your work, through your professional giving to them. That we should carry with that. With that, with my prayers, I thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for very beautifully capturing 8 years of struggle to construct this building in a few minutes. So I think it took us back in time to the period when this building was constructed and how fortunate all of us are to be here and to be working in this. Nagaraja, sir, to kindly say a few words on this important topic.
Leaders in the last and friends. In fact, Neuro Center was not existing earlier. The neurology department was in the Pavilion 4 in the wards. And the casualty was also there only. The OT was in the Pavilion 2. Separate wing was there. Neuro Center came into existence somewhere late 72 or 73. Even though inauguration occurred later, it started functioning. The first day, I remember I was on duty from neurology. The first room on the left side, right side of the building was the casualty. There was no security staff. Only one attender was posted in the counter. He happens to be security, receptionist, everything. Then, of course, it had its own image. There are two staff nurses, one Swarna Bai and Prema. Prema in neurology and Swarna Bai in neurosurgery. They were so dedicated, almost they were the de facto directors of this institute and Neuro Center. I still remember Swarna Bai cried because one patient developed head sore in spite of all their best efforts. For years together, no patient, how long he is in, ever developed a bed sore. This was the reputation they had. Then, of course, there was no second floor in the Neuro Center at that time. It was added later. All these wings were non-existent. Only OCTD was the only thing which was there. Neurology, neurosurgery, so had a good reputation of a good service. Patient and other hospitals had a grouse that they don't admit patients. I still remember the patients of stroke who come to the hospital. They have worked for fully. That means all blood tests, X-ray test, skull, one lumbar puncture, then refer back to the general hospital. This was the tradition. We slowly changed over, and now we have a dedicated stroke unit. We have a subspecialty. Various other specialties have grown over a period of 50 years. It is gratifying for any institution or any division to grow so fast over 50 years from that preliminary. But that is only because of the dedication of every one of you, from attendant to the director. Only then such growth can occur, such prosperity can come in. Thank you. Jai.
So thank you very much, sir. I think we can gather from what Professor D. Nagaraja told us about what was the culture and the work ethic that was there in this place, and why this has become such a big institution for patient care in the last 50 years. And that's something that all of us have to take back with us from today's program. I now invite former director, Dr. Satish Chandra sir, to kindly say a few words in this occasion.
Good morning. Professor Pratima Murthy, Professor JNNR, and other friends. It's a wonderful, momentous day today. We're all here sitting in a Neuro Center talking about the 50th year of this building, which was formed in 1973. I joined in 1976. I still remember the last corner room where Dr. Narayan Reddy used to sit here, in the last room at the entrance. And you may be wondering, as Dr. Nagaraj was mentioning, the first room on the right side, as you enter, was the first left when you enter, the left side. That was the only casualty we had. That was such a small room, you can imagine, and we were running the Neuro Center from there. And I was on the duty, I can still recollect, and the Subbarao was the senior resident in neurosurgery who was in the OT. And we used to see the patients and see the funders and say, papilledema. So he used to say, shave the head and send the patient. So you can imagine that was the day. We were working like that to have the patients there and shave the head, take the patient to the radiology room, and through the radiology room window, we used to exchange our films and then say that this patient has to go for surgery. There was nothing like neurology and neurosurgery. Everything was together. We all used to sit in the side room of neurosurgery and have a cup of coffee. And in the evening, sometimes we didn't have any canteen. So many a time we used to sit there, bring the food from MG Road, sir. There was a rice bowl there. And we used to go, one of us had to go to the rice bowl and get the food from there and sit together and share along with the neurosurgical residents and also the faculty. That was the day. So such a small institution at that time has grown very big, extremely big now, and all over the nation and internationally acclaimed institute. And all these are possible because of the contributions made by each and every one of you. Every one of you have dedicated your life and you have contributed for the growth. And that is the only way the institution can grow. And we are all proud now to say that we are NIMHANS people. And I see in the WhatsApp, many of our residents saying that we are NIMHANSites. So that is the proud moment for all of us, wherever we are. We think about this institution and we raise this flag. So on this momentous day, I think we should rededicate ourselves to the cause of the patient and also the welfare of the patient. And we must work together, and then only we'll be successful in our dreams to come to reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I think the important message that sir gave us is that we have to rededicate ourselves to the service of our patients and make sure that in 50 years from now, this legacy is going to be only stronger. So I now invite Dr. G. Gururaj sir, a former director, to kindly say a few words.
Thanks, Murli, and thanks, Dr. Pratima, for this invitation. Good morning to everybody. I consider extremely lucky to be a part of this celebrations as it completes its 50th year. And what an institution it has become over a period of time. I was just talking to Dr. Satish Chandra. I just stepped into this building in 1988 as we were planning a study on hot water epilepsy at that time. We worked here. I was with Dr. Satish for nearly 2 to 3 weeks to understand what hot water epilepsy is and how we should go about it and do that. Subsequently, on many occasions, I have been a part of this building by working with several colleagues here over a period of time. In fact, I still remember Professor Narayan Reddy in 1992, where we both went together in his car that time to Bengaluru City Corporation and to Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology, asking for a grant of 1 lakh. Can you imagine going to an agency asking for a grant of 1 lakh for a study we were planning on head injuries that time? So over a period of time, I've been associated with all the departments and many of the earlier colleagues, heads of the department, several staff in different capacities and, work towards this. One important thing is an institution is not just a building. It's made by people, it is built by people, it is taken over by people, and it is run by people. Over the last 50 years, so many people have contributed, have worked here, right from the most essential requirement till the highest level of requirement for the growth of this neuro center. I think it's important that we pay tribute to all of them for having contributed their might and put in their efforts to take one step forward. As Dr. Pratima has coined this as a legacy of excellence, excellence is also something that just doesn't come by on its own. Excellence comes with hard work of people, great contributions of people who really look at it as something that they would like to see over a period of time, and also that they would like something of a unique nature that can really take its heights to a very great level. So in that way, so many people have contributed over time for the growth of this Neuro Center, and I've been lucky to be a part of this process and being able to join hands with people and to do work here. I wish all the best, and definitely in the years to come, this will reach much greater heights and also bring much more happiness and good health to all the patients and their families who visit the center. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for reminding us how difficult it was to get a budget of 1 lakh to the current budget that we have. That is indeed significant growth that the center has seen. I now invite Dr. Ravi, a former registrar, to kindly say a few words.
Good morning. Professor Pratima Murthy, Dr. Narayan Reddy, Professor Nagaraj, Dr. Satish Chandra, and friends. I walked into this building on 28 January 1985. I was taken for a tour by Dr. Chandramukhi that time. I had joined the department. And in 4 days' time, I came to the Temple of Learning. The Temple of Learning was the second floor seminar hall, which was a Saturday. And I think that is where I learned all my virology. Although I had virology training, neurovirology was new. But everybody in this Neuro Center are the people who taught me. 3 of them are here, Professor Satish Chandra, Professor Narayan Reddy, and Professor Nagaraj, who were there at that time when I entered. I was introduced formally to the entire faculty who were attending the meeting. So, and since then, I think for the next 30 years, every Saturday, whenever I was in station, I religiously attended that meeting. And I think that's one of the most significant As Dr. Satish Chandra, Professor Nagaraj said, there was no distinction of neurology, neurosurgery, pathology, radiology. All of us were learning. Very honest, nothing to be hidden. Mistakes were made. That's the way we moved forward. I think the second thing I want to tell about this, the immaculately clean hospital. I worked in 2 large hospitals, but cleanliness is immaculate. I think we owe it to the founders and forefathers for setting a work culture. This culture you will not find anywhere. Automatically, people who come in will get into that kind of a work ethic. And I think that is something we have to be proud of. Everybody has contributed. Please continue that legacy. And may this center grow to greater heights and one day be the most renowned center internationally. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Happy to say that the Temple of Learning is. So as you can see, just by listening to our former directors and registrars, we've got to know about how the building was constructed, what kind of challenges were there in kind of patient care, what kind of nursing excellence was provided at that time, the kind of camaraderie that existed between departments, and the kind of educational, excellence that was stressed upon during the formative years of the Neuro Center. So now I invite Dr. K. Shekhar to kindly say a few words, our former registrar again. Dr. Shekhar, sir.
To all the dignitaries on the dais, as well as off the dais, a very good morning. My first visit to NIMHANS was in 1979, when the joint conference was held. At that time, on the right side of it was the Neuro Center, which was a small block, quite insignificant, but the pandal, what they made for the joint conference, was a huge one. And I remember Dr. Narayan Reddy working day and night to bring the OCTD to have all the facilities for the conference that time. That was a state of affair which was there. But as I moved in 1980s onwards, I'd seen a large amount of a development, and I don't want to go into the history because the stalwarts are here who did it. During my period as a registrarship, I found only one major issue which was occurring. It was not just neurology and neurosurgery. There was neuroanesthesia as well as the radiology. A major question came to me when they were saying equality versus equity, meaning to say, you give me a gamma knife for the current year, another person demanding, I want this particular MRI machine for our department. Not one, I want 2. So the question of equity and equality was a major issue. In that, some other departments used to come and say, you are giving so much to them, not to us. But we took a stand along with the then director, BNG, that we will give not equality, but equity on a step-by-step sort of a process. And that made us to see what we are having today as a IOMRI or the gamma knife or the other sort of things which has come up. And I really feel that this sort of a give and take between the brothers and sisters should go along on a long run, rather than thinking that I need only. And that way, all the directors have set up a sort of an example for us for the growth of this excellent neuro center, which is spoken not only in India, but even when we go abroad. Oh, you have these facilities back in India. We feel very proud of it, especially the big project, the project on brain infection global, when they have thought about India, along with Dr. Ravi and all, was one of the things what we are doing in neurology to a larger extent and all. I wish in all the 3 fronts of not only the service what you are providing, as well as the capacity building you are bringing in as neurosurgeons, neurologists, anesthetists, and neuroanesthetists, as well as the interventional radiologists, and that of the research should grow much more heights to bring in excellence to this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. V. Badri Narayan, our former MS, to kindly say a few words.
The dignitaries on the dais and dear friends, good morning to all of you. It's a very momentous occasion for all of us today, and we should be a very privileged gathering. Not everybody gets this opportunity to be part of occasions like this. Like we've just heard people say, people have been here from 76. I seem to be the baby in the batch. I joined in 93. The place that you're sitting here, I don't know how many of you know, this was a stone quarry. This was a quarry, and then this building came up. We moved into this building in 2008. And we've seen the transition. We've seen the transition over a period of time. When I joined the institute, we did not have monitors in the OT. Today, we can be proud and say we can challenge anybody in the world. We have got that state-of-the-art monitoring. And that has contributed tremendously to safety in patient care. We've seen growth in leaps and bounds. We've seen so much of change happening in the hospital. I was just talking to Dr. Satyendra, was telling when people come back and tell us there's been change in the hospital, we feel proud because it is visible. People outside are able to see the change. And this change is possible because all of us have contributed. Each contribution that you make will go some way in helping patients. It just takes a little bit of extra time. Somebody will come and ask you, where is this place? If you take the trouble to tell them where it is, they will feel happy. As we strive for excellence in this place, all of us will have to keep working hard. And dedication is something that all of us must have. You must remember that you must do your duty with devotion and dignity. That's what we calls for in a hospital. That is when respect comes to you automatically. A word about the OT, and I think the ground floor OT was planned based on the Edinburgh OT, where the main OT was cut off with the 4 layers. We had a changing room, we had a corridor, then we had an anteroom, and then only the OT would come. So sterility was maintained very well even in those places. The idea was there, and even though this building started sometime early in 1960s, they had that vision to put a ramp that patients could be moved even on a stretcher or in case of an emergency. These are something that required deep thinking, planning, and all those things. People at that time have contributed significantly so that we are working very easily now. Movement is easy, the transit is easy. So I urge all of you once again that you have to work hard, put your best foot forward so that all of us can keep the NIMHANS flag flying very high. Thank you very much. Yeah, Adam's reminding me then that I have to tell you about NIMHANS. Yes, NIMHANS is a platform by which you can improve patient care. All of us will have to be on that same platform so that it gives you quality of care. And that is what all of us are striving for. Everybody who comes to this hospital should get quality of care by choice, not by chance. Everybody who enters hospital should get the best possible care. And that is how the word will spread about our hospital. We have a good reputation, but we should make it better. All of us should work towards that end, and so that care becomes better and better. Many of you probably will be here when we celebrate the 75th anniversary. And all of us tell at that time how much the care has improved from what it is now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We're going to have the cake cutting now. I'm going to invite all the dignitaries on stage to kindly join together. Shift ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ? Careful. Golden cake. I'll request the director to lead all dignitaries on stage to kindly
Sir, sir.
So, as we talked about little memories, as earliest, before we request Representative to cut the cake. But the nursing staff.
ದೊಡ್ಡಮಯ್ಯ ಬನ್ನಿ 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 ಚಂದನ್
From the pharmacy, I'm not going to complain.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಚಂದನ್ ಸರ್ ಬನ್ನಿ
Radiology. Anybody else wants to come up? Anybody else? Everybody's covered. Oh, it's okay. He can take up to out.
Take more matter. Ali breakfast jotege outside will take one program comedy will take. I invite ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, okay, ಹೊರಗಡೆ move ಮಾಡಿ. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, the cake will be served along with breakfast outside. So I request all of you to have a piece of the cake that all of you have cut for the Neuro Center along with your breakfast. So before I invite our registrar, Dr. Shankar Narayan Rao, to give the vote of thanks, I just want to give a small message of my own. So the Neuro Center is the best example of what one man's dream can achieve. If you dream, dreams can come true. So what was one man's dream in probably 1960s, Professor R.M. Verma's, became a collective dream along the way. Everybody decided to become a part of that dream. And 50 years later, we are now calling it a legacy. It is no longer a dream, it is a legacy. So I think that is a message that
M.B. Govind Swami for the whole thing. Because it was M.B. Govind Swami who brought all the disciplines of brain and mind together. We should get
so this is an occasion for us to remember all the great people who have contributed to the growth of this Neuro Center from what was a dream to a legacy. And this journey will continue. Maybe in the next 25 years, many of us may not be here. I'm sure many of us in the room were not born when this Neuro Center was constructed and inaugurated. And maybe in 50 years' time, many of us may not be serving here, but we will all be contributing our bit to the legacy of this great institution. So with that, I'm going to invite our registrar, Dr. V. Shankar Narayan Rao, to give the vote of thanks. And I'm going to thank him on behalf of all of us. So nobody thanks him. So I'm going to thank him. So thank you. Over to you.
So today is the most historical day in the history of NIMHANS. Having achieved 50 years of existence of Neuro Center, I'm very sure that there are many more milestones we have to achieve. On behalf of each one of you, it's a momentous occasion for us to celebrate 50 years of Neuro Center. And the people who are involved in building this great center, many of them, they shared their thoughts. As the amalgamation of the year-long process of celebrations, at the end, we'll have all the histories brought out in the form of a book and the brief movies and the videos and the resource materials which will be shared. And that will be an inspiration for the next generation people to take the leadership from there. On behalf of each one of you, I take a great pleasure to thank all the senior directors, registrars, medical superintendents, who contributed administratively to establish the Neuro Center. And what we are witnessing is the hard work of each one of them, where we are enjoying, and we have an opportunity to serve the patients better than ever. I'm sure that whatever the mentorship and the directions which is offered by each one of our directors and the senior colleagues, I'm very sure we have this excellent culture of working together. And now it is a very comprehensively, we work for the patient care. I'm very sure that each one of us, we are going to rededicate ourselves and for the patient care. I'm sure I request each one of you to participate in various activities of the Neuro Center, which is spread for a year. And also please share all the information what is available, either from the patients or from the staff who have contributed and who have worked in the past, and also who is working now. A lot of memories will be there. So let us put all this together and we'll grow step by step. I thank the director and medical superintendent and the entire team of Neuro Center at all levels who are responsible for organizing this program. And these activities will continue for the entire year. So thank you very much. So please, all of you, join for the delicious cake which we have cut, taste them and have a cup of coffee, and we'll continue to serve the men. Thank you very much. Dhanyawad.
Okay, so thank you all. So this is just the beginning of a year long of celebrations. I'm sure we'll be meeting very often in the next year. Please all join us for a cup of coffee and breakfast outside. Thank you.